Rosie's Open Pantry, and today we are making chicken pasta with, let me see, 3-cheese tortellini. Now this is not a gluten-free meal. I got Promise here and I got Cody here, one of my grandsons. So I'm just making them some lunch. And I have told y'all before that I buy these big packs of chicken breast, and these are huge. It's $14.82. There's 5 pounds in here. And as you can see, this is a huge chicken breast. Look how big. So what I do, when I'm gonna fry chicken tenders, I cut this tender off. There's a little tender right there. I cut it off, and then I cut the rest of my breast in strips. So I've already got some cut up here, but I wanted to show you how I do this because this is a really big breast. So I just take and I cut it in strips because I'm doing this in bite-sized pieces. I'm not doing this in big pieces of chicken, so you can get a piece of chicken in every bite. Because these little tortellini shells, promise, let me wipe my hands. These little, I wanted to show them how small they were. And there's bleach in my rack here, so, but I'm not going to touch them. But they're small. If you can see how small they are in the package, they're going to grow some or swell some when I cook them. But still, I'm wanting my chicken to be about the same size as my tortellini shells. So that's the reason I'm cutting it in little bite-sized pieces. So Granddaddy and Cody are coming in, and so we're doing a video, guys. But y'all can just go about your business. You're not gonna bother us.
We're doing brakes.
Yeah, they're trying to fix the brakes on a truck. So I cut them in little strips like that, and then I take my kitchen shears and I cut them in little bite-sized pieces. So this today, it's only going to take 2 of these big chicken breasts. So, but I did want to show y'all how I cut these. And then I'm just going to pan fry this chicken. And all we're having today is just the pasta. We're not going to have salad with it or anything because we hadn't been long had breakfast. So usually I fix a salad, green beans, or some kind of green to go with this, but today I'm just doing the pasta because the boys are working outside and me and Promise is just in the house doing stuff. So it's just gonna be kind of a, pasta's kind of heavy, but it's still like a light lunch. So I'm gonna finish cutting this chicken up, and then all I'm gonna do is put some salt and pepper and garlic on it, and I'm gonna pan fry it. And so I'll show you what it's gonna look like when I get through. So I'm gonna, we're gonna go off right now, and I'm gonna finish cutting this up, and then I'm gonna pan fry it, and I'll come back and I'll show you how I'm gonna cook the pasta and how I'm gonna put this dish together. So see y'all in a few minutes. Okay, our chicken is about done. It's been cooking probably 10 or 15 minutes. And to this I added salt, pepper, and roasted garlic. I use roasted garlic when I can find it because I really like that. And I'm putting my pasta water on high. And I'm just going to cook this according to package directions that it has on the bag because it has to cook like 10 minutes. So when my pasta water comes to boil, then I'll put my pasta in it and I'll cook it 10 minutes. Now today, I'm just using a shortcut. I'm not making my own marinara or anything like that. This is Classico tomato and basil pasta sauce. And it has no added sugar in it. And that's the reason I use this. I use Aldi's. Also has one that has a marinara sauce and a spaghetti sauce that doesn't have any added sugar to it. And then I also had some Paul Newman in the refrigerator, And Paul Newman doesn't have added sugar either. So,
Hey, does the Classico have sugar?
no, Classico does not have sugar. Paul Newman doesn't have sugar. And one of the Aldi's brands. Now you have to read your label on the back because some of them do, but one of Aldi's does not. I think the marinara sauce doesn't. So I put it in a bowl and I'm adding some extra garlic. I always spice mine up a little bit because it doesn't have enough of the Italian seasonings like we really like. So I'm just sprinkling some of my roasted garlic in there. And this is oregano right here. And I'm going to put about probably, we're going to start out with maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon of oregano. And then I've got basil. Love basil. I use basil more than I do in Italian dishes, more than I do anything else. So about 1/4 of a teaspoon of basil. Now stir this up and I'll taste of it.
Did you stir your chicken?
Yes, yes, stir it up. I'm going to turn it up a little bit because I want some of that juice to cook out. I'll hold it for you. Okay. I think it's about done.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I'm going to turn it down a little bit now. Oh, whoop.
Oops, sorry.
Okay, no, that's fine. Okay. Our chicken is done. It only takes, when you cut it in bite-sized pieces like this, it only takes it like 10 minutes, 10 or 12 minutes to cook. So I've got my, don't fall off that stuff.
Again.
She did one time.
That video didn't fix this.
And I'm going to taste of this and see what, let me get this thing. And see if I want to add more garlic or more seasonings to it. Oh, the one of these is chunky. There's a whole tomato. That's good. But I'm going to add, because when I mix it with these, with the pasta, it's going to dilute it some. So I'm going to add a little bit more of
What?
It's oregano. And I'm going to add a little bit more of the basil. Just because we like probably 1/4 of a teaspoon. So that's probably 1/2 teaspoon of oregano and 1/2 teaspoon of basil. So I'm going to taste of it again. And I will wipe my spoon off because this has got bleach water on it also. So let me taste. And when I heat it in this chicken, it's going to enhance those herbs, the basil and the oregano. You want to taste, Promise?
Sure.
Yeah. I think once we put it in the chicken and it gets hot, those herbs are going to, it's going to enhance them. It's really good.
Very good.
So now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this pasta over, and if you
You
see,
want your chicken?
I changed pans because I realized it wasn't going to be big enough. So I'm going to pour this pasta over my chicken, and this is just like a quick one-dish meal except for cooking your pasta. I'm not going to layer it or anything, make it, you know, it's just going to be lunch for the kids. Well, for Roy and the kids. But I won't eat it because of it's not gluten-free pasta.
But you can use your gluten-free pasta.
Yes, I can. I can use, but I'm having trouble finding it. I found gluten-free spaghetti, but used to I could find just about any kind of pasta in the gluten-free. Well, in the little Walmart that we have, which is not even a big one, it's hard to find because they don't have a lot of gluten-free things. And so, and I may cook some, probably what I'll do is, I've got some gluten-free spaghetti in there. I'll probably cook me some of that. But I'm just going to let this sit here and kind of simmer a little bit while my pasta water is almost boiling, while my pasta water is getting ready. And I'll heat these herbs up in here. And if it's not If it's not strong enough with the Italian seasonings like I want, then I'll add a little bit more, but I think it will be. And we're also going to put some finely shredded Parmesan cheese in it, and then I'll have some grated, like in the jar, that somebody can put over it if they want to put more Parmesan cheese. So as soon as our pasta has got to cook, the ingredients, the instructions on the back say 10 minutes for al dente. We like them a little bit more than al dente, so I'll probably cook them 12 minutes. And it's 3 cheese, so it should really, really be good.
And it's got cheese inside of it, right?
Inside it, let me show you,
Yeah.
now that I don't have chicken on my hands. Inside of these little tortellini shells, is 3 different cheeses. So,
Oh, so different cheese in each one, or?
no, 3 cheeses
Okay.
all together. So this is coming to a boil. I'm going to let this just sit here and kind of simmer. And what I'm going to do when my pasta gets done, after like 12 minutes, I'm just going to add it to this. It's just going to be a 1-dish meal. And then it's going to be time for us to eat. So it'll give me about 12 minutes and I'll come back and I'll show you what lunch is going to like.
Oh, you are. I put you on.
No, you didn't.
This is what happens when you're not
When you're not paying attention, you're possible. When you're playing,
When you're talking about
when you really got it on. This is what happens when you're playing with your grandkids. You let your pasta boil over. So,
But we saved it.
yeah, we saved it and it didn't make a big mess. So, I'm gonna put my lid back on it and I'm gonna caulk it this time. Son Cody just told me if I would take the lid off and put a wooden spoon over this pasta, it would not boil over. And I've heard that before, but I've never tried it. So, my pasta is
We're going to try it.
We're trying it. I've got a wooden spoon over it, and it's at a rolling boil. Promise, come look.
And if it don't work, we'll tell you.
It's not boiling up.
Well, we'll see.
See? Maybe it'll work. We're gonna see.
If
So
it don't, we'll tell you.
I'm trusting Cody on this one.
It's all
But
Cody's
hey,
fault
I
if it don't
learn a
work.
lot from my grandkids. Believe me, I do. So we've got 8 more minutes on the pasta. And I did add some Parmesan cheese, like grated Parmesan cheese, just to up the flavor a little bit in this. And when we get through, we're going to mix it all together and then we're going to be ready to eat. So, I can't move it. I got to leave it there. Cody wanted to see if this really works. So this is Cody, one of my grandsons. This is Kale's dad. Y'all have seen Kale on videos before. So we're letting it come up to a really rolling boil. We put the lid on it. So Cody's gonna see if this really works.
Huh. May not be able to test it.
It may not be, the water may not be up far enough.
That's alright.
Okay, our timer just went off. I cooked the pasta 12 minutes. And we couldn't find out whether the wooden spoon really worked or not because it wouldn't, as long as the lid was on it, it would boil over, but once we took the lid off, it quit trying to boil over. We couldn't get a big enough boil. So I'm taking the pasta out and I'm gonna put it over in my chicken and my sauce. Now, let me stir because I don't want to overdo it on the pasta. Because sometimes you can put too much pasta in it and it makes it dry, and I don't want to do that. So that looks right there, that looks like enough pasta. So what I'm going to do, Cody, if you'll walk around this way, because I'm coming over here, I'm going to pour this in our dish like this.
Are you going to put these on top?
And I'm going to put the cheese, Promise and Cody are chomping at the bits to eat some of this because they because chomping at the bits. Yeah, that's what we used to say. All right, I'm gonna put some Parmesan cheese. I'm not putting it in the oven. I'm not doing anything. This is the finished product right here. It's a quick and easy, simple way that you can fix lunch when you have your grandkids here. And so if they want more Parmesan cheese on it, then we'll give them some more. But I'm going to take and put a little bit in this bowl. Now it's hot, y'all. Uh-oh, I spilled some chicken. Roxy will get it. Roxy will get it. It's all right. She went outside with Granddaddy. All right. It's hot. I've got y'all a spoon apiece right here. And Promise Rain, you said you'd come taste. So it's a very simple dish, but I think it's going to be a delicious dish. So I'm going to take the camera from Cody, and he and Promise are going to taste. All right. I'm going to let Promise taste first. And this is Promise Rain. Ooh. Y'all always hear Promises behind the camera. So this is Promise Rain right here. Is it good?
Can't taste the cheese as much in the stuff, but it's good.
Yeah. Well, it's
No, I
not.
was gonna get scolded too.
Oh, well, now Cody's fixing to. Oh, I got to go up for Cody's 6'2" tall, so I had to really raise. I had to really raise the camera.
Good.
Cody, is it good?
Outstanding.
Outstanding. Oh, Cody, I'm gonna let you be my taste tester more often.
May I have some more?
Yes, you may. We're fixing to eat lunch, baby. All right. This is our simple lunch that we're having today. Just a one-dish meal. So I hope y'all try this, and I want you to share, comment, like, and what's the other one, Promise? Share, like, comment,
Subscribe.
and subscribe. Promise has to keep me straight. Okay. We're fixing to eat, so see y'all next time.